What is up, you guys? I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna get straight to the video. I'm not gonna lie, if I do sound like kind of off, I am pretty tired, but I did say I was gonna make this video. So yeah, let me tell you guys, you mother truckers, you need to stop playing Deimos solo. So you're not gonna see much kills here. You're gonna see my mic go off only because I'm giving callouts. And you may think, don't every Deimos player do that? No. Majority of the Deimos players, they just give the call out when it's needed, and then they just proceed on their 1v1 if it's available. But for me here, literally every game I play Deimos, I wasn't trying to frag or even be a top, not a fragger or anything. I was just being an anchor in the defense. And that may seem like Deimos in itself, because once again, don't you always do that when you have Deimos? No. People always want to be frag with Deimos. I'm getting the words mixed up. I'm thinking of another word, but it's frag or fragger, you know? But anyways, yeah, like people get the idea of like just doing 1v1 simply with Deimos and then calling out when it's needed. But once again, like I said, this whole entire match, game in general, I was using Deimos with callouts, and it made the team more comfortable, and honestly, it made us move faster. Understanding the fact that when I cleared out, when me and Rand was upstairs clearing it out, and I'm telling her, okay, he's downstairs, and then bro was like, bet, you know, and we just ran in there, versus you doing Deimos and not letting your team know. And that does kind of play a big role on if you have a team or not. And honestly, I do solo queue a lot, but I would try my best down the line in this video to explain it more. I did have another clip in it, but it didn't get added to it because it made it pretty long. I would try to make any long videos 18 minutes long, but if it's really important, I would probably make it like 20 minutes tops. But this video isn't really important. It's just something that I like to say and like a little idea I put out there. But to really get in detail on why you should stop using Deimos as a solo player, I won't even say solo queue, because in general you're gonna solo queue when you queue up with people anyways, but they're not really in your stack, they're your stack at the time being, you know? So in advance, if you ever use Deimos, just, you know, get on the mic and tell your team, you know, where the people are. And how I use Deimos, which is everyone uses Deimos the same way, but how I use Deimos, honestly, I just pick out the fraggers. Like if someone's fragging on their team, or even if you have a frag up, even that frag up would get you the opportunity for that scan, which is better in your turn. I'm gonna scan you, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that alone is like, if you're a excuse me, sorry, if you're a fragger, I'm gonna scan you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna scan you. And it's like, after the fragger, like, what next? You do the fragger, you do the anchor, and you do the people who's passive last. Only because people who are passive, you do them last, only because they're not gonna be much in fights. They're waiting for the re-frag, you know? So that's why I like to scan the fraggers and the anchors first, and then when I have enough scans, I'll do the passive people last, because they ain't gonna be much close or far from me. They're gonna be where I want them to be, which is in sight. But the fragger is the main one who's moving back and forth and probably leaving sight the farthest. And then when he's down, I get the anchor, which the anchor is the one giving the team base, which is in sight. Which the anchor will be in sight anyways, but the anchor has the ability to move and then have that, I guess, once that anchor moves, the team knows that it's okay to move, only because that anchor is moving at a purpose or at a certain pace, you know what I'm saying? And see how she ran so fast? I literally told her Valkyrie's there. So once again, that made it clear that she can go over there, versus Valkyrie hoping that I'm gonna get her. And you see here on bottom of my screen, Twitch right under me from storage. It's like, you know, something so small can make a big difference. All I wanted to do was drive out Valkyrie. And you may ask, why Valkyrie not tubed out? Valkyrie is a anchor, and she could be a flex op. She has her own cameras and a C4. That is a bottom top notch anchor, you know? And notice how she threw the C4 seeing my Deimos scan, not knowing I wasn't even over there. It was Twitch, you know? So that alone shows that I like to, I mean, I said this first. Don't get me wrong. I would get killed with Deimos when it's needed, but I'm a type of player that I feel like when I play in FYI, I solo queue all my matches. I'm never in a stack. When I get burnt out from being a fragger or even a flex, I do hope that Rainbow Six Siege gives me a team that can at least listen to my comms. Because, believe it or not, I am tired of being always a flanker. I'm tired of being the anchor. I'm tired of being the flexer. I'm tired of being the fragger. You know, at some point, I just want to sit back and give call-outs. Not saying sit back, relax, watch everybody die. No, I'm going to give call-outs and I will shoot back, you know? And if it's opportunities for me to move, of course I'm going to move. If it's for my team to move, of course I'll let my team know that they can move. And to add on to that too, I do use breaches mostly only because I like to not only get like hatches or whatnot, but I like to make a space where I'm not really driving away the enemy. I'm giving me a better view of them and making them stay put. You know, versus when you have a Deimos with nades, you throw the nade and then the nade makes the enemy run farther versus you already have them scanned. You know what I'm saying? But now let's say you bring breaches now. You can breach whatever you're breaching and then have them stay put because you guys both know where you guys are at. You don't want them to go too far or too short. You want them to stay put as quick as possible because once again, you can always tell your team to flank here, not moving, standing still, and give them the exact location. And I want to add on to this too. For the new people, for the people who don't pay attention, when you use Deimos and you scan, stop saying here, ping, we're clear. Like, even saying we're clear, hear me out. Even when you're saying we are clear, it doesn't make the sense that it's okay for us to move because if you don't give us the direct ping on where she's at, I'm not going to move because there's always someone covering that scanner, aka the person who scanned, or just killing us because you thinking she doesn't see us but only see you. You know what I'm saying? She only sees you, not us, which it should be a good thing, but like she's not worried about you because she know how far you are. And that's the big thing with Deimos players and people who get scammed by Deimos is the fact that use that difference as leverage, because the fact that you know where he is at directly, you're not going to put your focus on Deimos because you know that he's not close to you as possible. You're going to worry about what player is pushing you, and you will gonna, I mean, for me personally, I think ahead of myself. If I'm getting scanned by Deimos, and I know where he's at, I'm like, okay, if Deimos is here, where's his teammates? Because possibly I'm getting called out. Like, I know for a diddly squad fact I'm getting caught out. So it's like, it doesn't put more pressure on me, but it makes me have to really decide what I should do. Because normally, it's like, for example, a cab and jackal. Bro, that caviar is running away because the jackal takes, 15 seconds to recharge and rescan? With the Deimos, it's like it's a live ping as you're moving, so you just can't run away and then hoping someone not catch you off guard. You would get catch off guard. You know what I'm saying? It's a higher chance you would get in a crossfire just because you're thinking of Deimos but not his teammates. You know? So to bring it back to my equation, that is why I use breach charger, because I don't really want to draw someone out. Well, depending on how I'm playing, I don't really want to draw them out. I want them to keep them to stay put as possible. Only because if my team needs that extra reach or if I need support, you know. And number one thing I say to a lot for people and to people, stop making the game so hard. And I do want to add the game and Deimos together because I feel like with any operator that takes not only skill, that takes that extra side of your brain, I feel like me personally, if I can make it a better example, everyone uses their left side or their right side of their brain more only because they're dominant hand. Let's be real. And when you use someone like Deimos, you have to use your left and right side of your brain because you're not only thinking for yourself, left or right, you're thinking for the whole team, left and right. You know what I mean? So it can be difficult to really give call outs and try to give yourself a call out. And not even that. Give yourself a peace of mind that you will survive to give call outs versus that doesn't even cost and dying. You know, it's like you could give call outs and still die, but it's like just don't die on purpose just for call outs, because that player can always move from that spot. You know, like we have cameras, but like not everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it makes it not I won't even say not only difficult. It doesn't make it difficult, but it makes it much easier for the defense, only because you're not going to depend on the Deimos. They're going to rely on the team that you know you know what I mean. So like, not to try to what's the word, repeat myself, but it's like, you know, so it's like you have to keep in mind, because this can kind of show an example. Is like the mute knows I'm here. He definitely knows my team is here, but he's not really looking for me. He's looking for her, you know. So it's like if he has a thought in his brain saying that, okay, Deimos is here, where's his teammates, you know. So it's like, and you never know if that Deimos has a mic for his team and giving them the exact call where you're at. And I feel like Deimos is not an issue in my hand, only with a good Deimos. With a good Deimos, I feel like it's a reach when they shoot from under or above you. That is it. If a Deimos is doing that shit, okay, that's a stretch. You're pretty good, I give you that. But if you're just blankly scanning someone or me, and then you're rushing in, I see that not only as like an ego thing, because I do that. Well, I guess I have an ego now, so like I don't really see it as an ego thing, but I see it as like, you know what you're doing. Because if you know where one person's at, which is your scan, I guarantee you everyone else is gonna get known that, hey, I'm getting spotted, which the whole game tells you Deimos is tracking blah blah blah, you know. And then vice versa, if you're on the opposite side of that scan, you can honestly tell your team where he's at. I swear to God, every time, like, and it all be Caviers. I'd be like, bro, like every time Caviers get scanned, I'd be like, bro, where he at? Let us know. Let me know. Shit. Let me know where he at. And then sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. And even sometimes they don't even bother telling where he at. They just run around like scared and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, with the good players I had and have, when they get scanned by Deimos, they tell me where he's at, because it's going to be easier for us to literally jump him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that may sound stupid, not even stupid, that may sound like corny, but like, yeah, but we gonna jump him where he at, bro. So it's like, it's not even something, the fact that he's not looking for you, he just wants to know where you're at. That is it. And that's a big thing with players that you Deimos, like, they want to always get someone and kill. No, bro, if you keep thinking about that, I'm kidding you not, you're gonna scan someone and you're gonna have a partner right next to them. The moment you swing that swing, your head is on the ground. Why? Because you scanned Ella, but Doc killed you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it makes it difficult for you as a Deimos player to actually scan and actually play the role of Deimos, because you're getting double teamed every time. That's why I like to use Deimos as just a scanner. Literally, that's it. Literally. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with him. So I won't say pray. I hope in the future Siege does not touch Deimos, because there is nothing wrong with him. Nothing. His shotgun is perfect for him, bro. The only thing I'll say, I don't like that he has to stand still to scan. It's like, what does his mask have to do with him standing still and then putting his finger up? You know what I'm saying? That is it, you know? So it's like, you're not gonna do a clone jutsu and fucking, you know, deploy a fucking new Deimos, you know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere. So it's like, I don't like that. It delays. Something like Grim, you know, he has to stop, deploy, or like take a whole new gadget out just to play B, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like if they do like a underbarrel for Grim, I feel like it's not gonna make it would make sense, but I feel like it won't be like a cool thing, because I feel like Buck already has an underbarrel, and that's his ability, is an underbarrel minus the shotgun. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, get Grim, and then you realize his underbarrel is like, I don't want it no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like it has its things with it, but it doesn't play fast, you know. But that's Grim, Deimos. Similar to that, I feel like most of the time it really is annoying. Not even going against a good or a bad Deimos, but it is annoying getting scanned by him constantly, because it makes you think, am I that good to keep scanning me? Or it's just a player I'm using, you keep scanning me? Or it's just the fact that you want to know where I'm at, you keep scanning me? You know what I'm saying? Those three things. And all those three things doesn't really make you better or good or bad or even trash or even less important, but just the fact that you have someone's attention. That is all. That is how I see it. If you're getting scanned by Deimos the first round and then everyone's scanned, it's probably because there's certain op you're using or you're being targeted. Like literally targeted. That is it. Because how I play Deimos, like I said before, I do fraggers and then anchors, and then last but not least, I do passive people. But I only have 3 scans, so I have to get the anchor and the fragger first. At least one of those two. If I can get both, I get both. If I can't, I'll probably pick one. Majority of the time, don't ask me how I know this, but or I can't even speak. Don't ask me how I know or remember this shit. It's just the fact that I like to get the anchor first. Let me explain. Holy moly. I like to get the anchor first only because, believe it or not, the fragger relies on the anchor. Imagine a ship without an anchor. Imagine that. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, the fragger will lead the way, but if he has no anchor, he's a useless captain. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't get support or even get like a back check. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna die or just not die. You know what I'm saying? So you die or don't die. That's your fate. Die or don't die. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So like I like to get the anchor out the way first, so we can freely get the fragger, because I mean majority of the time the fragger be good by themselves. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that big of a deal. But it's good to have a mindset of what you want to do, only because it's the fact that it's really difficult to really put your mind on something and then something happens differently only because they have a fucking teammate with them. Right here, me and Grim is talking right now. I'm telling him Cav is in waiting, and then watch this shit, bro. Watch this. This is why I like doing this shit. We both hold a cross. I'm telling him he is stuck. He can't go nowhere but through my door, which is from outside. Where's Cav? Dies. Boom. She's dead, you know? So it's like she can't do anything. She's stuck. So even if she wanted to flank, she gonna get through me or Deimos. You know what I mean? So not making it hard on yourself as a Deimos player is very simple, very easy. You don't need the kills. Just give your team callouts and tell them where they're at. Left side of the screen. Thank you for watching. GG's.